Success Interview Show. And today's our guest is Pardeep. Uh, so welcome Pardeep. So you are coaching regarding men's power and intuition and like mainly mindset, how a
Mm-hmm.
man should be and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like how is the mind? Like for example, because our mind, let's say just a small example, no smoking or no drinking, whatever that is like no. Most of the time our mind like goes to that. Like you are also telling about men like how they are getting distracted because
Mm-hmm.
of and everything. So what is
Mm-hmm.
your take on that?
Okay, okay. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast, bhai. And secondly, you have asked me, actually, your question is not clear to me exactly. What do you want to ask exactly? Can you please give me more context of the question?
So what is the root cause of it? Like why
Hmm.
it come? Like why that kind of mind or thoughts it is coming?
Okay, the attraction towards smoking, the attraction towards arousements, you mean to say the feelings, the emotions, the why human being is getting distracted to the distractions, you mean to say, right? Okay, actually it is naturally designed, Shashank, right? It is the rule of the nature, we can say, right? If we will not put the positive words in our mind, the environment and the surroundings are totally negative, right? In our 80% of the surrounding, 80% of the environment is totally negative. And if we will not consciously put the positive words in our mind, we would not be able to get the positive results. That we need to understand over here. And you may have listened to this quote so often that you are the average of the people you hang around with, right? And if you are hanging with a group of people who are doing smoking regularly, right? The feeling towards smoking will automatically and naturally be more, right? And on the contrary, and on the second case, if you will hang out with the good people who are having good thoughts, who are having good habits, right? Similarly, you would have a better conscious mind. You will have a better positive mind. Please do let me know. Have you understood the concept? It works in this way only, right? You are the average of the people you hang around with, and in today's digital era, you are the average of the content you consume, right? For example, if we are consuming the in some of the recent videos, I have also talked about soft porn as well, right? And the platforms like Netflix, the platforms like the OTT platforms, right? They are they are providing soft porn content on a large scale. And on Instagram also 80% of the 80% of the content is soft porn only, right? And that's how by society in our mind we get triggered to that thoughts, right? It is a loop of chain and our society, and it is called matrix only, right? What matrix is all about? Matrix is all about this only, because the people who are on the superior level, right, they are controlling the world through the systems, right? Through the politics, we can say, through newspapers, through media, social media, and many ways. Because of matrix only, we are getting distracted to the things which are not normal to us. And it is also said that to many things that, for example, the things which are not normal to human being, that are also told normal, because they want to control the people's mind, because that is how they would be able to create more slaves. That is how they would be able to sell their products which they want to sell, right? Are you able to understand? Are you able to cope up the thing, right? So that is how it is all about. It is the part of matrix, we can say.
It's part of marketing, so they also want to sell. So they will give some information regarding that and then start selling. It's relevant or irrelevant, that's not like matter for them most of the time.
Completely agree, because the people uh, they did not value the morality, we can say. To them, moral values didn't have any importance. So they want, you can say, money, fame. They want these things only. They did not have a importance that on the other side. For example, let's take the example of a alcohol business and the wine industry, right? The people who are into wine and alcohol industry, they want to do more and more sales. They did not care on the other side that people are dying of alcohol, right? So that is where, right, the things are
So
going on. Mhm.
next question is like you are talking about soft porn and about that thing. So
Mhm.
what do you think? 'Cause let's say now childrens are there. Should
Mhm.
we educate them in like when they are in small age or in
Mhm.
certain age when they reach?
Mhm.
Should we educate them or we should educate, but how? Like how we have to make them understand that
Mhm.
it's
It's
required,
harmful.
but not
Mhm.
too much is not good.
Okay. Okay. Firstly, I need to share with you that parents are the first teachers of a child. That the child learns 80% of the things from their parents only, and that is how the things are often said in Hindi also कि तुम्हें तुम्हारे बाप आपने चीजें नहीं सिखाई हैं क्या, right? And the things are often told in this way, right? So parents are the primary teachers, right? And parents should share their experiences with their child, right? And for example, my parents, they didn't share the things with me, right? And that is how I got to figure out by myself. But when I got to figure out the things by myself, I have made many mistakes, and I have, you can say, sacrificed many things. I have got to sacrifice much of my time, results, energy, money, right? But if they have shared the things, that what are their experiences, that I might have saved many resources, right? So it's the primary duty of the parents to share their experiences with them. And if parents share their experiences with their child, actually, Shashank, the thing is, my parents might have want to share that things with me, but they might not have that words, that extrovert nature, the communication skills, right? So we can also think in that way also, that because every parent care about their child, right? But in some of the cases, they might not have that guidance, that they have to share that things with their child. Their mentality is different actually. But in today's world, right, in today's uh, digital era, right, it is really important, so that parents should pass on their experiences to their child. That is how they will save the life of a child. Because if in today's world, if a child will do experiment, right, it might lead to a disaster also. It might lead to a dangerous result also, right? For example, let's take example of a mentor, right? If we are learning, for example, Facebook ads, if we are learning Facebook ads from one of the mentor, right? In some of the days and some of the months, we can learn that, right? Same goes with the example of uh, the education, the sex education, right? If parents are sharing their sex experiences or sex education, I mean to say sex education information to their child, so they might save much of the time of the child.
Okay, so like most of the time
Mm-hmm,
people tell like don't have focus and
mm-hmm,
everything.
mm-hmm,
So what do you think? Like there are many distractions like the mobile phone, laptop, and
mm-hmm,
friends and everything. So the
mm-hmm,
mind is too much like all
mm-hmm,
the things are there. So
mm-hmm,
how do you tell like what all tips you tell how to manage their time and like also
mm-hmm.
control their mind? It's not fully possible, but some way like let's say work he has some work. So how do you think he can control his mind?
Control his mind to be focused in his work, right? Okay, okay. Actually, there are many things, Shashank. Uh, if I talk about, right, meditation is the primal answer, right? If anyone is doing meditation for 20 to 30 minutes on a regular basis daily, right, they will get on a center on their authentic self, right? And that is how they would be able to differentiate the things which are important to them and which are not important to them. First of all, to get focus, it is really important to have clarity, right? And clarity comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with aloneness, or we can say a person should have to spend more of his time alone. That is how he will be able to invent the things which are important to him or her, right? And there is a famous scientist with the name Nikola Tesla. He also says that aloneness or loneliness is the we can say is the result of creating more inventions. So that is how, because if you research about the scientists, they spend more of their time alone only, and all the people who are having you can say most of the successful businesses, successful life, they are spending most of their time alone only. Actually, aloneness is a superpower, we can say, and we will have to have the right mental models. Mental models, I mean to say, the thought patterns, the thoughts, I mean to say. We will have to have the right mindset. That is how we would have the direction in which way our mind should think. And it also comes with the clarity of mind only, right? For example, in the starting of the podcast only, I have shared you one thing, that you are the average of the people you hang around. It is one part of being focused. If you know that people influence you, right? You will be with a group of positive people only. Or if you are not having the group of positive people, you might be alone, right? So that you will choose, but you will not choose the people who are group of negative people. First, clarity comes, then comes words, because words are the mantras, as I always say. I teach it in my trainings also, that words are the mantras, right? We need to put the positive words in our mind on daily basis, and we are not doing it on regular basis, right? I will give you the example, right? We are not putting uh I want to ask you one question. Please tell me, Shashank, how many times in a day you ask yourself or you tell yourself that you are strong? And how many times in a day you tell yourself that you are strong? I am strong.
Uh, some 2 to 3 times or something like that.
Okay, that's good to hear. But most of the people, and you tell yourself you are strong. In which medium? Did you write daily, or did you say these words to you, or did you consume some of the content? In which way?
So self like telling myself in mind and
Okay,
like that.
okay, in mind. But in mind, we also tell many negative things to our mind also. If we see the balance, it gets zero, right? Zero output. But just see, right? In your case also, and in 99.99% people, they are not telling, or they are not feeding their mind with the positive words. If we are not giving the positive input to our mind, we would not be able to get the positive output. So it is a simple formula, we can say. And to feed the mind with positive words, we need to write daily. This technique I share with my students also, and I'm sharing with you also. Right? I write manifestation and gratitude journal daily. I write 5 pages daily, which are positive in nature, first of all, right? And secondly, the things I want to focus on, I I reprogram my mind daily. So that is how my mind gets the direction that in what direction we need to walk upon, and I self realize my worth on the daily basis, right? And we need to understand that, Shashank, that nobody is going to tell to us or say to us that Shashank, you are strong. Nobody is going to come to you, right? Nobody is going to come to you and say, Shashank, you are fearless. Shashank, you are unstoppable. Nobody is going to come to you because nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn, right, about others' life. Everybody is selfish. Let's see world in this way, right? And so we need to share because we care. First of all, we need to be self obsessed with us, ourselves only. We need to do self love, right? And it is the first part of the thing only that feed your mind with the positive words, right? Secondly, in the uh, first comes the words, and with the words, then comes the thoughts, right? And after thoughts, it becomes a chain of thoughts resulting into a direction of thinking, direction of thinking. And that is how the positive and negative overthinking comes into place. That if we are feeding the negative thoughts to our mind, right, it will result into a negative overthinking, which will lead to stress and anxiety. But if we are feeding the positive words to our mind on a daily basis, it will lead to a positive overthinking. And positive overthinking, actually, overthinking is not right or wrong, Krishan, right? Mm, Everything is not right or wrong, right? It comes to the nature of the thing, right? We can say the and after the thinking process, it comes to a repeated actions, and a process of repeated actions will give us the results, either positive or negative. And that is how we are in a state of low state of laser focus. And there are days you did not feel like focused, right? And there are days you're 7 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, right? Getting wasted. No issues in that, right? We are having a time to get on track. No need to get hurry. That no need to be in a rat race. Actually, much of the anxiety comes from social media only. that we are comparing our life with the other people on a daily basis, right? For example, for example, if anybody is having a bicycle, they are seeing the people who are having cars on internet, right? And comparing their life, that I am having bicycle and they are having cars, they are ending up in a negative overthinking, and everybody is doing that. So we need to get rid of social media. It is the second step. First comes the clarity, then the second step will be to get rid of social media, right? We need to control our habits. We need to reduce our screen time, right? And in today's world, it is also a difficult task, right? So it will take much of a conscious decision, you can say. It will take much of a conscious energy. If your mind is conscious, then only you would be able to get rid of social media. But if we are a consumer, if we are not in our operating in our conscious mind, we will not be able to reduce our screen time. Because, for example, let's take the example of the company Meta, right? Instagram is the Instagram is the part of Meta company, and the other things are also, for example, WhatsApp, Facebook, the other platforms also. And in Meta company, there are 10,000 plus employees, and their main motive is to get people addicted to social media. And Meta is paying them salaries to do this work. On the other side, for example, let's take of example of me, right? In my home only, right? If I am the user of Instagram, right? I'm using it, and but I'm not doing anything to get rid of social media. But on the other side, the employees who are 10,000 plus in number, they are doing everything to get me addicted. And that is the thing people are not getting realized, uh, that they are in a trap, right? So they need to get the clarity, right? That this is not a real thing. This is a virtual reality, and virtual reality is not everything, right? And if we take virtual reality serious, it will end up destroying our life, and that is what happening on daily basis, right? For example, if we are seeing the cases, for example, let's take the example of that what social media has done to marriage part from 2020, after COVID. These these crisis of relationship issues or marriage issues, these grew by number, that grew, and we can say increased many times, right? And it is the result of social media only, because women are getting much women are getting 1000% attention from social media, and on the contrary side, on the other side, men is getting 1% attention. I i can say 0% 0% attention, right? There is no comparison, right? Women are women are getting 1000 plus, you can 1000% attention. So that is where their mind got manipulated by social media, that women are thinking, right, हम तो पता नहीं क्या हैं. We can say that in that way.
So you
Mhm.
have shared many things.
Mhm.
So one person, once he corrects his mind, so
Mhm.
you are telling almost everything will be
Mhm.
better in his life. Like it can be any part of the thing, like his spiritual growth or physical health,
Mhm.
and many more things like which are career, relationship, and
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
So, what is the most of the questions you have got so far? Like, you are doing like one-to-one coaching and anything. So, and you are also making some videos about soft porn and other things. So, what is the most question you have asked, and are you making because of that questions you are like making related to that any
Exactly,
videos? This.
it is the reality that I'm creating content on reality only, Shashank, and out of my experience also, right? Out of my real experiences, for example, I'm having a dating experience of 8 plus years. I so that I'm supposed to create content on that because I'm having a real experience, right? On dating, I can create content on that. Secondly, I get to see the many, you can say, the reality checks also. So my observation is reality only. I create and observe things, and the real things which are important to share with people, to make them aware. So I create content on that. Actually, I create content on all the things, on 360-degree thing, right? So to make people, actually my motive is to, right now, my motive is to make men capable to think, to activate, or we can say to activate their self, to develop their higher self, I can say, to help them activate their creative mind, so they can think in their own way, right? So that they can make the maximum out of their resources. So my motive is that only because I have known many things, right? And if I share my learning with people, they would be able to get many things out of it. So that is what I am doing.
Okay. So, like, let's say someone wants to reach out to you or do like take your coaching and other things, and like want to reach out to you, so they can reach out to you on Instagram, like Pardeep Kalyan. I will put in like my uh, chat or comment wherever
Mm-hmm.
I'm posting. So,
Mm-hmm.
and other thing, right now AI and everything is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, final message to our audience, what you want to give,
Mm-hmm.
and that will help them to upgrade and focus and many more things. So, you want to say to the audience
Okay, okay.
because they are
Actually,
getting into anxiety, depression because of AI and many other things, like because other things are also happening in there, like maybe their
mm-hmm.
marriage problem, many more things. So,
Mm-hmm.
what final message you want to give to our audience?
Okay, okay. So, I want to share one thing with the audience is that firstly, get your mind sorted. Firstly, get your mind sorted, right? And that firstly get the clarity that what you want to do in life. Firstly, create your purpose, that what is the purpose of your life. And then comes the resources, then comes the direction, and then comes the way, in what way you need to walk upon. Then comes the mentors, right? Then comes the other things. Then comes AI, right? You need to have your purpose, right? Because we are not immortal, right? We are the spiritual beings who are on this planet for a limited period of time. So if we will not plan our, for example, 80 years, 100 years, right? If we did not know that what is the direction of our life, right? And where we are heading towards, we will not be able to get the maximum out of it. So first, for example, let's take the example of a target, right? For example, if any person who want to hit 10 lakh rupees on a yearly basis, right? Firstly, it firstly there comes the target. For example, we want to achieve 10 lakh rupees, and then comes the process, and then comes the products also, then come the selling part also, then comes the marketing bars also. Then comes the micro things, for example, lead magnet, everything. But firstly comes the target, right? So we need to set the target of our life at what we are heading towards. For example, if I share with you my purpose, I'm working on a mission and I'm working on a purpose. And 2 to 3 days back, I have also shared with you on WhatsApp as well, Prashant, that I'm working on a mission to teach men how to be a king in today's world, which is full of distractions, right? I want to teach men how to how to be tough-minded, right? I I want to help them make sure they get the best out of everything. Because as a man, I know the challenges of a man, right? That what is the life of a man, right? So that is where recently from the last 6 months, my page got dedicated to men's only, right? So we need to understand and we need to realize. And the reason behind my username of my page, Instagram page or the other pages, the Provil Talks, right? It is my brand name, the Provil Talks, and the word Provir in itself, right, says everything, right? And Provir is a word bit which got derived from a reference of our ancient warriors who are Shurveers, right? Who are in the Hindu mythology or the Sikhism, right, or any other religion, right? Who are our ancestors? They are Shurveers, right? But Provir is a word who is a modern type warrior, we can say, right? Who's having a qualities of our ancient warriors. So my purpose is to teach men to have that kind of qualities to win in life, so that they can make their mind tough. They can be mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially strong. And that they need to work on these 4 pillars. And that is how they would be able to get maximum results in their life. So this is my message.
So thanks for joining in a short period of time. So
Mhm,
taking out time and to educate people about the things in my podcast.
mhm,
So thanks for joining. Maybe we will do another podcast related to manifestation and other things, because that much
mhm,
we did not discuss. Maybe in
mhm,
Hindi.
mhm,
So more people like right now connect in Hindi. So let's
mhm, mhm,
see. In we will do
mhm.
another part.
For sure. Most welcome. And people can reach out to me on Instagram as well, right? With the username the Provi Talks, right? And I am also active on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn as well. And thank you so much for inviting. And it has been an honor. Thank you so much.
Okay. So
Mhm.
see you on the other side.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
Let's conclude it. Mm. Thank you. Bye.
okay.